What up, YouTube Digital? This is a response to Lambdog, whose response kind of to me and to other people where he stands. I'll kind of break it down a little simpler because, I was kind of convoluted in that one. Over the last, I don't know, at least 5 years, especially because of the job I work now and dealing with all these fucking regulations and everything else, you start seeing patterns. And you know what? Everything points back to Congress. You can sit there and it only takes one or two jumps and it's right in Congress's laps and their decision to do so. Our tax code. Congress. The okaying the war with Iraq. Renewing Afghanistan and Iraq over and over and over again. The TARP. Sponsoring the Patriot Act and getting it passed. We just keep going. Now, here's something what I was trying to get through with taxes, and I didn't explain it all the way. Unfortunately, our government spends X, okay? For our government to spend X and not borrow too much money, they got to tax and get Y, okay? And I know this is a fucked up way of explaining algebra, but I don't like algebra, so I'm doing it my way. And if it is how you do it, I don't care. Okay, so it doesn't matter what tax code we use. Okay? They can play roulette wheel. It doesn't matter what one you go with. We still gotta take care of Y. So Y can take care of X. That's it. It doesn't matter what one. Okay? We could go back to that other system, which is not really fair to a lot of people, majority, especially lower, people. We can go back to that. But we're not going to pay less in taxes. The only way we're going to pay less in taxes is what you started to bring up, is if Congress fixes their shit. So, as in spending. So, this is why I'm not into all these weird grassroots, movements of repealing amendments and overthrowing government and all this other stuff, because, that's all great and everything else and whatever. But the simple thing is, why not focus on the problem, which is all these dumbasses in Congress? And funny enough, that if we leave the 17th in, we can actually outvote these fuckers and get them the fuck out. That's what I'm saying. And I think you kind of understand, but I just wanted to clear it up because, sometimes I just don't say things clear. So it doesn't matter what tax system we use. Doesn't matter. You could do 40%, 20%, whatever. The government's going to come up with one that equals Y, defeat X. And that's all there is to it. So the only way you're going to lower is to lower spending. So I don't know. That's my whole gripe. That's why I don't care about changing the 16th and 17th. To me, I don't see any change in anything except for I gotta learn a whole new tax code. I gotta trust my state on making decisions that I don't feel that they should even be making. Because that would not be a representative of the people. And I feel that our government is purposely playing America as fools because of the lack of knowledge of Americans having towards our form of government and how there are three entities in our government, and people not realizing that Congress is really the major player And it goes over their head every election. Every election, they look at that ballot and they listen, they look for a name they recognize. And that's how these people get elected or re-elected. People need to get back to looking at voting records and everything else. You don't like the Iraq War? Okay, well, I'm kind of divided on that one myself. But look, who voted for it? I bet you that person's in office right now. You know? So, I don't know. That's just my, few minute little mini response. I do support a lot of change. But I'm just not the type of person to try to go against something that I know ain't gonna happen. I deal with this. This is my job. My job every day is a problem solver. So I see problems and I try to solve them. That's what I get paid good money for, to have a $12,000 fucking tax bill. But anywho, I know where to spot areas that aren't going to happen. Okay? And I know not to waste my time. It doesn't mean I don't support the in theory of what they're trying to do. I would like to pay lower taxes, trust me. Because we haven't even got the interest yet. So trust me, I like to pay lower taxes. That's their in theory. I like that. It's cool with that. And they're tired of people in Congress. I am too. But we're the ones that have the power to fix it. So we gotta spread the word. And the only thing I've asked of people who make political videos, and I don't care if you like me or not. If you make a political video, I don't care what presidential candidate. I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican, or ass clown. I don't care. Point people to the right direction. The presidential candidate is important. Yes, they can help. I'm not going to disagree with that statement. But right now in America, 70%, and I'm being nice right now, of our problems with America can be directed right to Congress's doorstep with their signatures on it. It doesn't matter what thing, TARP, wars, bailouts, all that bullshit. Congress is okayed. We need to make sure these bastards are out. So, that's all I ask people to do. I think that's a little bit more realistic of getting to our end goal of lowering taxes, getting laws more level and stuff. And I'm for states having a lot of responsibility. I am. But look what's happening in most of the states. They're becoming just a complete law crap machine. They're no better than the federal government. And, that's a whole other video. But I agree with states should have powers. But I think the federal government needs to come out with absolute power when it comes to shit like guns and stuff like that. And so states can't even fucking deal with that shit. The rest of the shit like same-sex marriages, abortions, and all that other bullshit, leave it up to the states and let them deal with it. But constitutional rights, they should not even be able to fucking touch. That's just my 2 cents. I'm an asshole, I know. Peace.